पर्सा टेलिभिजन नेटवर्क र अहिले तपाईं हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ माई टिभी।
This is Prachi Acharya and I would like to welcome you to My TV 5 PM News Bulletin in English. The Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal (CAAN) confirmed that 18 individuals tragically lost their lives when a Shaurya Airlines aircraft crashed at Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport today on 24th July 2024. The flight with registration number 9NAME bound for Pokhara had a total of 19 people on board, including 2 crew members. It departed Kathmandu at 11:11 am and encountered a runway excursion, eventually coming to rest in a gorge in the airport's eastern side. Captain M.R. Shakir was successfully rescued from the crash site and is currently receiving medical treatment at KMC Hospital in Sinamangal. As reported by Nepal Police, the passengers were all airline personnel traveling to Pokhara for aircraft maintenance, according to authorities. Nepal has decided to proceed with upgrading the Araniko Highway using its own resources following significant delays by the Chinese government in delivering an economic and technical aid package promised 9 years ago. According to a lawmaker and multiple officials, Nepal has opted to decline the aid offer, which was originally announced by Chinese President Xi Jinping during a meeting with then President Rambaran Yadav in Hainan Province's Boao Forum on March 28, 2015. The aid amounting to 900 million RMB over rupees 16 billion was intended for enhancing the 1115-kilometer Araniko Highway that links Nepal with China, as well as for developing transport infrastructure. Following the collapse of a 50-meter section of the road at Tinau 5 Hiwande Khola on Siddhartha Highway, all nighttime vehicular movement has been completely suspended to minimize potential risks, announced Ananda Kafle, Chief District Officer of Palpa. Effective from Wednesday, July 24, the closure will be enforced from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next morning to enhance safety and prevent accidents. However, emergency vehicles such as ambulances will be exempt from this restriction and permitted to operate during the specified hours. Now, economic news. In the fiscal year 2023-24, Nepal recorded a trade deficit of rupees 1,440 billion from foreign trade, totaling rupees 1,745 billion. Imports amounted to rupees 592 billion, while exports were rupees 152 billion. This marks a decrease from the previous fiscal year's deficit of rupees 1,768 billion. With imports of rupees 1,611 billion and exports of rupees 157 billion, export and export values fell by 1.16% and 3.03% respectively, contributing to an overall decrease in foreign trade and deficit by 1.33% and 0.96% respectively. NIMB Ace Capital will manage the IPO of 25 lakh shares, 20% of total of Sri Sasha Engineering Hydropower Limited. Established in 2007, the company operates the 30 megawatt Khanikhola Dolakha hydropower project using water from Khanikhola in Dolakha. They hold a survey permit for electricity production under the Electricity Act 2049 and have a power purchase agreement with Nepal Electricity Authority. Construction of the project is 95% complete. Now let's move on to international news. On 23rd July 2024, Pakistan increased the minimum legal age for marriage for Christian men and women to 18 years in the country, amending a law dating back to 1872. President Asif Ali Zardari approved the Christian Marriage Amendment Act 2024 under Article 75 of the Constitution. The amendment revises Section 60 of the Christian Marriage Act of 1872. The updated law now establishes 18 years as the minimum age for marriage for both men and women within the Christian community. Previously, the age requirements were 16 years for men and 13 years for women. Former US President and Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump announced on Tuesday that he plans to meet Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his residence in Mar-a-Lago, Florida on Friday. Netanyahu is currently in Washington, where he is scheduled to address a joint session of the US Congress on Wednesday, marking the fourth time he has done so as the only foreign leader. Additionally, he is set to meet with President Joe Biden at the White House on Thursday. The death toll from two landslides in southern Ethiopia has risen to 229 and may increase further as rescue efforts continue into a second day, according to a government official on Tuesday. The first landslide after heavy rain buried people in the Gofa zone of the southern Ethiopia regional state on Sunday night. A second landslide occurred on Monday morning, engulfing those who had gathered to assist with the initial rescue efforts. In Thulasen-Thirapuram, Tamil Nadu, hopes and prayers are centered around the 2024 US presidential elections, not local or assembly polls. This village, the ancestral home of US Vice President Kamala Harris's maternal grandparents, has been conducting special prayers for her success in the presidential race. Kamala Harris, a senator of Indian origin, has emerged as the presumed Democratic nominee following President Joe Biden's withdrawal from his re-election campaign on Sunday. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina blamed political opponents for recent deadly violence amid student-led protests against government job quotas. She announced on Monday that the curfew would be lifted once the situation improved, following a court decision on Sunday to scrap most quotas. The protests had led to clashes with security forces, prompting the government to shut down internet services, impose a curfew, and deploy the army. A Hindu temple in Edmonton, Canada was vandalized with graffiti painted on its wall. In response, VHP Canada condemned the act of Hindu-phobic vandalism at the BAPS Mandir and urged the Canadian government to address the rise of extremist ideologies. Now, sports news. After the Women's Asia Cup 2024 match against India, Nepal captain Indu Burma made a touching gesture by presenting stand-in captain Smriti Mandana with a special Buddha statue. The token of love was given to Mandana during the post-match presentation ceremony in Dambulla, Sri Lanka on Tuesday, July 23rd. Shefali Verma's explosive 81 of 48 balls, supported by Dayalan Hemlata's 47 of 42 balls, powered India to 178 for 3. Jemima Rodriguez added a quick 28 of 15 balls at number 4. In reply, Nepal managed only 96 for 9 in their 20 overs, struggling against India's spinners. Dipti Sharma claimed 3 wickets with Radha Yadav and Arundhati Reddy each taking 2, sealing India's dominant performance in the match. Thank you for watching My TV. See you again. Namaste.
यो हो पर्सा टेलिभिजन नेटवर्क र अहिले तपाईँ हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ माई टिभी।